Why do I do this to myself, man? Nobody asked me to do this. This is probably my longest video ever. 31 pages, man. 31 pages of One Piece talk. And to be honest, hey, real One Piece fans know that, like, that ain't even scratching the surface of One Piece talk. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this is just about music. Originally, this was just supposed to be every One Piece ending ranked from worst to best because, you know, I haven't done it before. I thought it would be cool. But after talking about all the One Piece openings recently in another video, I realized just how out of date this 2020 video was. So you know what? Screw it. I'll rank them again. I don't care. But then after that, I started thinking like, well, if I'm gonna rank all the endings from the series, I gotta include the movies, right? Which then led me to the film Red conundrum where it's like, I mean, the whole movie is a song. It's a musical. Right? Which then that led me down another rabbit hole about music that exists in the actual One Piece world because, you know, Uta is like this pretty huge pop star in the story. And well, here we are today, ladies and gentlemen. Today I will be ranking every One Piece song in existence. That means every One Piece opening, every One Piece ending, TV, anime, movies, OVAs, whatever, and every in-canon song as well. So expect a lot of Whole Cake Island talk. I've chosen not to include the OST here, the actual soundtrack to the anime, you know, because like, I mean, there's like 80 songs already in this video. Are you not entertained? As always, the categories to help guide us through this entire thing will be music, obviously, art and animation, whether or not the plot was hitting around this time, and of course, the almighty nostalgia factor. Hey, if you watched this entire video in one sitting, then shout out to you, bruh. Nakama, man. Nakama for life. But of course, I don't expect you to. Timestamps will be available. I've kind of split the video up into tiers anyway, just for my own sanity. 31 pages, man. Hey, someone had to do it, am I right? It's time, boys. Time to rank every One Piece song in existence from worst to best. Kaizoku ni Ore wa Naru and all that good stuff. Yeah. Number 78.
My fortune is yours for the taking, but you'll have to find it first. I left everything I own in one piece.
Gold Roger's my hero, and I'm going to the Grand Line. I'm gonna find One Piece.
They say I break the rules.
As we get underway here, I decided to group all of the 4Kids music together just because, I mean, quite frankly, who cares? And that's also the main reason, I guess, why these are all the way at the bottom. What does the D stand for here? The fuck is this? The original English dub of One Piece gave us 4 songs, 3 bumper songs that you probably don't remember, and the opening theme song that all OG American One Piece fans know, the One Piece rap.
Yo!
None of the bumper songs are really anything to write home about. I mean, the song Be a Pirate is all right. It sounds like it could have been used as like an ending theme or even an alternate opening, but despite their best efforts, none of these are as good or have lived as long in the One Piece ecosystem as the One Piece rap.
Yo!
20 years later, and I still know this entire thing word for word. Name is Luffy. There's Mugga D. Luffy. King of the Pirates. For as fun as the song is, it still can't really save anything for kids from ranking any higher than this. It's like they tried to do with One Piece what they did with Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, and it just didn't work. I'm sorry. This type of stuff is what turned me off to One Piece for many years. Hey, the rap is still fire though. The bars, bro. Bars.
It's the name of the treasure in the Grand Line. Gotta go, set sail for One Piece.
Number 77. I want to apologize in advance to all the Stroyzen fans out there, all like 5 of you, because I never really cared for his performances in the anime. I'm sorry. Out of all the Whole Cake Island songs, I think his were the most forgettable, for sure. Out of the 2, though, I do prefer Sugar Life to Non-Sugar Life, and I guess we'll touch more on why when we get to Sugar Life, but for now, hey, for what it's worth, even my least favorite Whole Cake song still has plenty of that silver era, like maybe Renaissance era Disney vibes about it, which the Whole Cake Island in its entirety was just covered in. Ultimately, though, I guess there just isn't that much to this song. really. It's short, only about a minute long, and the majority of it is just Droizen and the other chefs just repeating the same line over and over again. Yuru fu wa no toro fu wa no yuru fu wa no. Hey, I could have been an opera singer in a past life. Let me cook. Number 76. The superior Sugar Life, if you ask me. I think what helps this song a little bit for me is it being used for a much bigger event in the arc, I guess. Non-Sugar Life was used as just some random Stroizen update in the background of so many other more important things happening in the story around the time. The Straw Hats meeting with Beiji and the whole Peckham situation. You know, Sugar Life kind of represented the actual kicking off to the wedding ceremony, the climax to this entire arc. And I don't know, I think I like the melody of this song more too. I've said all that to say that this song is cool, but still definitely nowhere near the best that Whole Cake Island has to offer us. Again, no offense to Stroizen or his legion of fans, but I kinda forgot these even existed. Number 75. Rule of a holiday, rule of a vacation, you get the point. Basically, this entire thing is one of Big Mom's kids turned enemy, Charlotte Praline, helping the Sun Pirates help the Straw Hats sneak onto Cacao Island to meet up with Luffy after his battle with Katakuri. And how exactly does she help them, you may ask? Well, by using her advantage as a half-mermaid to sing to the sea slugs underwater and keep them distracted from monitoring the territory, making it almost impossible for the Big Mom Pirates to detect 1,000 Sunnies sailing through the waters. The song here is fine. Again, though, it's just really short. The animation of the sea slugs, though, here is really why I have this ranked over the Stroizen songs, man. Just look at it. It's like an optical illusion. Still, though, very forgettable. Number 74. Well, ain't this a deep cut? This is from the first anime adaptation of One Piece ever, an OVA produced by Production IG, the same studio behind Ghost in the Shell and Haikyuu. This came out in July of 1998, a whole year before the One Piece that you know and love under Toei began. And let me tell you, right off the bat, yeah, We Are is a much better theme song for the series. Not that this is a bad song, I feel like I've been saying that a lot already, but it definitely lacks the level of charm and that real adventurous spirit that I think We Are has. I still put this above the Stroizen and Praline songs from Whole Cake though, but I think that's just down to, you know, the novelty of this whole thing. Like, this is so early on in the story, man. Luffy, Zoro, and Nami are the only Straw Hats in this OVA. And everyone is different voice actors and everything. It's just really interesting. This is like One Piece from an alternate timeline, and it's kind of cool. Number 73. I feel like this song suffers from No Boy No Cry syndrome from Naruto. If you don't know what I mean by that, like, it's just the brashness of it, the loudness of this entire thing. I don't know. I'ma just say it's not for me. It's cool, but where some people might describe this as an intensity that the song has, I kind of just hear noisiness. Again, don't hate it, but it's like a one and done thing for me. After watching the movie, I'm not going out of my way to listen to this song again, you know? This was the ending theme to the 13th One Piece movie. The first One Piece anything that I had seen since the 4Kids days, film gold. So there is quite a bit of nostalgia for this ending for me personally, but I still don't think this song is as good as the intro song to Film Gold, for example. The visuals here are lovely, but it is a movie ending after all, so there isn't really much to it. Just this one long zooming out shot of the Sunny getting chased by Marines. Hey, at least this is a full song though, and at least it's not for kids cringe. Number 72. Honestly, this sounds like it would fit right in with the soundtrack to Film Gold. This song is snappy, man. Snappy, jazzy, groovy, all of that. But still also has that Disney orchestral sound to it that matches the rest of Whole Cake. This song is literally Film Gold meets Whole Cake Island, and I love it. I'm also just really impressed with how many of the voice actors showed out here as well. The actors for Stussy and Morgan really surprised me, but more than anybody else, man, Yuya Uchida. Yuya Uchida as Perospero absolutely steals the show here. It's just no reason why he had to put so much heart and soul into making this candy escalator that was used for just this one scene and then never again. This is a song that kinda teeters on the line of being OST or not, just because there's this huge instrumental section in the middle of the song. And I had to include this just for Perospero's performance alone here, man. It really is that great. I gotta give credit where credit is due. And I hate Perospero. Nobody likes Perospero. Number 71. Yes, I am aware the audio quality on this one is a little bit weird. I had to do some engineering tricks to kind of spruce this up a bit. I don't know, man. I swear it's like this song's been scrubbed off the internet or something, like it's been blacklisted or something. In every version of this special that I could find online, they all have We Go playing in the credits instead of this. All-time goated One Piece song, we'll get to that later. But as for Black Makeup, the original song for this, all I have is this cam recording of it that I found on YouTube. This was the ending for the 2015 One Piece TV special, Adventure in Nebulandia. The visuals here are pretty basic, just a cut-up version of the TV special, all with a blurred picture of Nebulandia in the background. And, you know, it's cool. Hey, at least it's not a plain black background, which they could have done. The song here, the very weirdly hard to find song here by Nami Amuro, it isn't my favorite out of all the songs that she has in One Piece, but it's still pretty fun. It kind of sounds like the soundtrack to this really fierce battle, you know, but like with a beach party happening in the background, which sounds about One Piece. Number 70. This was used for the ending credits to the 2016 One Piece TV special, Heart of Gold. Basically a tie-in movie for Film Gold, showing how the Straw Hats got the invitation to Grand Tesoro's City of Gold in the first place. Now, I won't give the whole plot of the special away because, well, for one, it's almost a 2-hour-long movie. But basically, the Straw Hats meet a couple of people from a 200-year-old civilization, and in typical One Piece fashion, somehow they end up having to protect them from another pirate crew trying to claim their ancient treasure, known as the Pure Gold. This ending here is pretty much just the epilogue of the special, showing the two main characters introduced here, Olga and her father Ashier, and what they ended up doing after the Straw Hats left. Ashier created a serum to get him back into prime shape, which made him rich enough so that Olga would never have to starve again. And then the antagonist, Treasure and his crew, they get stuck inside the belly of a giant sea king. The song here is cool, nothing crazy. It's the animation though that really shines in this ending. It kind of reminds me of like one of those picture books, those pop-up picture books when you were a kid. Unfortunately though, we do still have 70 other songs to get through here. Saying that this gets lost in the shuffle is putting it incredibly lightly. Number 69. Nice, nice. The ending to the 3D2Y TV special from 2014. I feel like this is right in the same lane as a song like Black Makeup, you know, an up-tempo kind of beach, ravey kind of song that isn't bad, but certainly doesn't stick with you like anything from my top 50, you know? They rank pretty close, but I think I put this higher than Black Makeup though, just because, I don't know, I enjoyed the 3D2Y special more. It's probably the most memorable TV special for me. Just chronicling Luffy's time training on Raskyna with Rayleigh during the 2-year time skip. It's great. Burndy World, anybody? Does anybody remember Burndy World? Just like with the Nebulandia special, the ending here is just your typical credit reel with chopped up scenes from the movie off to the side. But one thing we do get here, which is really cool, is our first look at Sabo in the anime. A whole month before he showed up in the TV anime in Dressrosa. Look at this scene of him paying his respects to Ace and Whitebeard's grave on Sphinx. It's great. The song doesn't feel, I guess, One Piece enough for me to rank it any higher than this, but like I said, it's still a pretty fun listen. Number 68. I don't think y'all understand, man. I don't think y'all truly understand just how much I dislike this opening. No disrespect to Toho Shinki. There are other songs that I enjoy by them, which we'll get to later. But I still do not, and probably will never, ever come around to liking this opening. I'm sorry. The animation here is weak as hell, and the song is very repetitive. I mean, I get that it was the anime's 10th anniversary, but once again, the original We Are would have been just fine. This modern pop, like boy band One Direction version of We Are, it doesn't do anything for me, I'm sorry. The end of Thriller Bark and the beginning of Sabaody keeps this opening afloat for me from a nostalgic point of view, but it's still my least favorite One Piece opening comfortably. It's the only opening song ranked outside of my top 50, and most of the openings aren't even any less than top 20, so that should tell you all you need to know about this one. Number 67. It's the Chopper theme song. Aww. This is the ending to the 9th One Piece movie episode of Chopper, Fuyu ni Saku Kiseki no Sakura. This is basically a retelling of the Drum Island arc, except if the Straw Hats arrived on Drum Island after Water 7 because we have Robin, Frankie, and the Sunny with us. And yeah, there's not much going on here visually, as you can see. Just a basic credit reel, once again on a black background with various images of moments from the arc appearing on screen. Even the stiffness of We Are 2008 kind of low diffs this ending when it comes to animation. But the music here is a totally different story. Again, it's the Chopper theme. The children's choir, the little cute snare drums and trumpets like it's a chibi band playing in the studio or something. It's such a playful, such a jovial sounding song with just a hint of that Christmas cheer to it, which is just perfect not only for Drum Island and its aesthetic, but also for a blissfully naive, childish character like Chopper. Definitely one of the great character songs from the series. The visuals, though, really hold it back. Number 66. Unfairly, this ended up as my least favorite One Piece ending. I don't even like describing it that way. It's more of just kind of what ended up as my lowest ending on the list due to no fault of its own, really. The visuals here are almost hypnotic. These multicolored, layered reflections of each of the Straw Hats here is just so fun to watch move across the screen, especially if there's a lot of motion involved. The scene of Luffy at the end riding a bike, it's just like, oh, I feel like I'm drunk right now. The music here by Rupina is really good as well. If this is what ended up being the lowest ranked ending on the list, we definitely got a pretty fire rest of the video coming up. This one kind of hurts me because Sky P is like such an important arc to me, just personally as a One Piece fan. Number 65. Not just the ending song, but basically the theme song to the 11th One Piece movie. Sorta. The CGI greatness that's One Piece 3D Mugiwara Chase. A whole 11 years before DBS Superhero made CGI cool, this movie also came out in 2011. There's a lot of 11s here. Illuminati. I feel like I only put this at 65 though because, again, it is just a movie ending. Literally, the only animation we get is this loop of post-Gear 3 Chibi Luffy repeatedly getting outran by a dog while chasing a Straw Hat until the dog gets tired, that is, allowing for Luffy to overtake him momentarily. Wash, rinse, repeat. It's fun at first, but the novelty wears off very quickly. All I really gotta say is shout out to the Tokyo Ska Paradise Orchestra, man. Didn't they do like the Kamen Rider theme or some shit? That's wild. Number 64. This song is great, and this movie will always feel like an acid trip to me. This is the ending for the 6th One Piece movie, Omatsuri Dan Shakuto Himitsu no Shima. I found that the animation in this one splits opinion quite a bit, but I don't know. I really like it. Everything in this movie moves like water, bruh. It's great. Even if it's not the most detailed thing on earth, and some of these in-between frames look crazy. It's just a shame that we don't get to see any of it in this ending, though. It's literally just credits. The only thing keeping this on the list is just because I like the song. It's like the perfect soundtrack to the beginning of a new adventure. Smell the ocean, boys. The song can only carry so much. This is just plain boring to look at. Another song in the same category as other stuff like Black Makeup and Next Stage, which we've talked about already. This ending sounds like a beach barbecue in the middle of Costa Rica or some shit. Y todos te quieren probar, lo que no saben es que hoy yo te voy a buscar. Ooh! Definitely one of the best of the group of party songs that we have for the One Piece movies. This is the ending song for the 7th One Piece movie. Number 63, the Kyohei. Otherwise known as the Boob Movie. Nami's and Robin's outfits in this movie, man. I'm an evening gown type of guy. What you want me to do? Whole cake Nami is goated. Back to the ending though, and while we have Saya Endo just jamming on in the background, we see the Straw Hats trying to haul away this golden crown. The treasure that they've been trying to get their hands on for this entire movie, which is actually just broken golden eggs from a legendary sea turtle, which unfortunately for them, ends up sinking by the end of the credits anyway. Poor Nami and Luffy. Trauma bonding. The main antagonist of the film gets a spanking as well for being so troublesome for about an hour and a half. Alright, I think I rank this here because it still doesn't, blow me away or anything, but the music here is fun. We actually get some animation this time around that's kind of like the epilogue of the movie, and it's also low-key hilarious. Number 62. Brook might be the musician of the crew. That's his whole thing, right? But as we've seen from the Straw Hats version of We Are, Brook is definitely not the only one that can hold a note. Here we have the ending theme to the 2008 OVA One Piece Romance Dawn story. Basically just a retelling of the Romance Dawn arc, but instead set after Thriller Bark because, well, Brook is here. And yup, it's sung entirely by the voice actors for the Straw Hat Pirates. Kazuki Yao as Frankie really surprised me here with this little rap section he gets. It's great. Yeah, man, anything that's gold here or just even remotely shiny looks incredible. The golden sea here behind Soge King might just look better than the Memories ending. Not gonna lie. Towards the end, we then see Silk, the main character of the OVA, helping to rebuild her town and then adding a painting of a straw hat to the side of her diner just to always remind her of meeting Luffy. Overall, not a bad ending. Again, it's not like life-changing, or anything. It kind of sounds like the opening to a slice of life spin-off series. I don't know, like if the Straw Hats went to high school or something. It's cool, but there's a lot of other movie endings, just for example, that I'm thinking of right now that I'm like, that's better than this one, and then that's better than this. And then you got that over there. That's really good. Number 61. Case in point, this song is nothing short of epic, man. I could totally see this being considered for an opening at some point in One Piece's history. Hey, it would have been better than We Are 2008. Fanfare by Mr. Children is such an underrated and overlooked song from the series, in my opinion. The ending song for the 10th One Piece movie. The first One Piece movie to feature all of the Straw Hats, sans Jinbei. The first One Piece movie written by Eiichiro Oda himself, One Piece Strong World. This ending begins with all the accessories most associated with each Straw Hat disappearing one by one off of a table in reverse chronological order of when they join the crew. Then, with a silhouette of the Sunny in the background, we check back in on the homies from back home, for the original 5 crew members at least. Fuchsia Village, Shimotsuki Village, Kokoyashi and Syrup Village, and then Baratie at the end. After that, then we get these beautiful images of Whitebeard, Ace, and Shanks, and we end the credits just watching the Straw Hats sailing away peacefully. Not only do we get the full song to enjoy here, or most of it at least, it's a long song, but we also got some custom animation, which is asking a lot of these movie endings. Again, they could have easily just given us the basic black background credit reel thing. But nope. Toei instead to go above and beyond here to make the ending to the biggest One Piece movie ever at the time feel as big and as epic as possible.
Please!
Number 60. Back to Whole Cake Island Disney World for a second. Yo, the homies, man. The homies are the MVPs of most of these songs, to be honest. The way they all harmonize with each other, the ad-lib, they really bring most of these songs to life in a major way. This right here is a perfect example. I love the way they sing in the background about the wedding cake, while Big Mom is receiving this horrible news from Napoleon about some hooligans causing trouble in her treasure repository. Basically, this entire song is just Big Mom's response to Zeus asking about if she's worried at all that Luffy and the Straw Hats might ruin her wedding. Spoiler alert, Luffy and the Straw Hats totally ruined her wedding. Again, another one of those Whole Cake songs that isn't really much, it's just a quick conversation between Big Mom and her homies, but it's really cool. And the homies always show up, man. Number 59. Another major upset in this video, I feel like. Yes, I know it's crazy that this song is this low on the list. This is pretty much the funeral song for the Going Merry. Think of it like this. Just imagine, right? Imagine how much the other emotional songs on this list are going to make me cry if this one is number 59 and it already got me bitching. Now I'm saying screw face and all that. Here we get silhouettes of all the silly things the Straw Hats got up to while on the Going Merry. Even Vivi gets some moments here as well. And this will never not hit me right in the feels, man. Especially, if it's your first time. We all remember our first time. Around this point in the story, we were in the thick of the Water 7 saga, with Frankie's backstory, Usopp sort of coming to terms with the Going Merry's condition, and Robin leaving with Cypher Pole. This ending does not pull any punches whatsoever in making you feel, I bet, how Usopp felt inside for pretty much this entire saga. That's pretty much my only takeaway from this ending. The Water 7 is goated. Number 58. Yo, the bongo drums. The bongos going crazy. The trumpets too. You know, the footwork, bro. The footwork is undefeated. This whole thing sounds right out of the speakeasies of the 1920s and 30s, man. When there was no Drake or Taylor Swift, there was just jazz, man. Just jazz. I'm on record saying that the Dressrosa openings look shiny as hell, but nothing in the entire story looks as shiny as the beginning to Film Gold. Nope, not even Conqueror's Coding. Now, this is a long one. You know, the song fades in and out for dialogue sometimes, and even a whole fight scene with the Straw Hats, but like I said, everything in this opening is so glamorous. It glistens, it's beautiful. The spotlights in the background, yo, again, Tesoro, getting sturdy, bruh. In my opinion, this is the best introduction to a One Piece movie ever. Until last year, that is. Again, Film Gold was my first One Piece anything that I'd watched in so many years. So in a way, Golden Jive is kind of like my reintroduction to the entire One Piece world. And what a reintroduction it was. Yo, can I just see the footwork again? My God. Number 57. This song is just lovely, man. It sounds like what it feels like when a warm breeze brushes across your face. The scene at the start, yo, Chopper just laying in this field of grass, yeah, that's exactly what Mirai Kokai sounds like in my brain. This is another ending, unfortunately, that was scrubbed from all of the streamable versions of One Piece nowadays, and all I can say is the music business sucks. The music definitely doesn't suck, though, and combined with these random scenes of the Straw Hats, this is what One Piece is all about, man. Having fun on a random adventure with your Nakama. Robin gets this one spooky-looking Thriller Bark scene, which catches me off guard, kinda, but it makes sense. The Water 7 saga coming up, you know, the whole inner turmoil type thing. Overall, this is just a lovely little ending song. It was used towards the end of Long Ring Long Land. Nothing crazy, just very pleasant. Number 56. The final ending from the golden era of One Piece, if you will, before Toei made the switch over to 16:9, and I always used to think that this was Luffy singing here. Voice actors make songs all the time. We've already heard Luffy sing once in this video, and we already know Luffy can sing thanks to Skypiea. But no, it's definitely not Mayumi Tanaka singing here. This is another type of ending in the same lane as, I guess, Mirai Kokai, the one from before. Just a goofy showcase of the lovable gang of hooligans that we've all come to know and love 200 episodes in by this point. With the credits off to the side, we see the Straw Hats assemble for some great looking headshots until their names slide across the screen, leaving just silly aspects of their personalities in their place instead. For Robin, I guess her silly side is just more books. And why does Luffy get slapped at the beginning of this ending? Literally, my boy just enjoying some seafood right now. Nami, why? This is another song that really makes me feel a part of the family. Number 55. I consider this song to be the One Piece version of Tsuki no Okisa. If you don't get what I mean by that, Tsuki no Okisa is this opening from Naruto Shippuden, and probably one of the most unique because of how it looks and sounds. It looks like an opening to a spy movie. And this One Piece ending looks and sounds like a spy movie. If you want an idea of how early on in the series this is, all of the villains so far in the story are showcased at the end of this opening, and literally all we have here is Alvida, Buggy, Kuro, Smoker, Arlong, and Crocodile. Damn, not even Don Krieg. That's tough. This ending is incredibly nostalgic because this was post Arlong Park, now in the Grand Line and on the road, or I guess the sea, to Alabasta. All I got left to say is that this aesthetic works so well for Usopp and Sanji, man. Look, they don't call the boy Stealth Black for no reason. Number 54. The best thing about Thriller Bark that wasn't Kuma showing up. This is great, man. I mean, it's a zombie disco. Who could possibly hate this? There's Thriller references all over this as well, man. This is why the One Piece anime might just be better than the manga. Sometimes. Let's not get too carried away here. I really like the animation of the zombies' like little hand dance that they got going on here, waving their hands back and forth. The only part of their whole entire body that's moving because, you know, they're corpses. It's funny as hell. Again, nothing crazy, nothing life-changing. It's just zombies repeating the same line over and over again. But come on, man. This is just pure entertainment. All this was meant to be was a way to give the zombies a bit of personality, you know, before they just got fed to the Straw Hat Pirates. Hey, I might be a Thriller Bark hater, but one thing the arc never lacked was humor. Number 53. This is the ending to the 14th One Piece movie, Stampede. And I don't really know why I love this song so much, but I really love this song, man. I can hear this as like an insert song for a movie or something where two characters that have absolutely nothing in common start, you know, gradually bonding by spending so much time together on this, whatever journey they're on, just doing random shit. It's a lovely montage song for a day of shenanigans. Here we get various images of different characters from the movie just cross-fading into one another. Buggy and his crew, Boa Hancock and the Kuja, Law and the Heart Pirates, Cypher Pole Zero. I don't have to tell you that this movie was absolutely stacked in terms of cameos. And I don't know what it is about this one shot of the Marines here, but somehow I feel like Hina is still one of the most slept on queens in all of One Piece. She looking good, man! But yeah, once again, I just really like this song. It's a great palate cleanser, like a reset from the absolute typhoon of a movie that was Stampede. Number 52. I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I still don't really like this opening. I mean, it's fine. It definitely looks good, but this was never one of my favorite One Piece OPs, you know? Between this and Film Gold coming out not too long after this, I don't know, man. Again, everything in the One Piece anime around this time was just so bright and shiny. My favorite part of the opening is this fight scene here, man. Nami's Thunderbolt tempo and Robin's Gigantesco stomp look so crisp. But yeah, I've just always kind of been cool off this song. The verses are pretty sweet. The background vocals really add a lot. But yeah, no, I'm just not really into the chorus at all. I'm sorry. It kind of sounds like a parade song. And, you know, after listening to it for like 60 episodes straight, which is what I did, yeah, it gets old pretty fast. The cowboy hats, though. I don't know what it is about this drip. I'm not mad at it, though. Number 51.
Never made it as a wise man. I couldn't got it as a poor man stealing.
This is a weird one, A, because it's Avril Lavigne. Now, how's that for an unexpected collaboration? And B, because this is actually two songs that I combined into one because it's for the same movie. These are the ending songs for the 12th One Piece movie, Film Z. It starts out with Avril Lavigne's cover of How You Remind Me, the Nickelback song, kind of continuing the somber nature of the end of the movie. No spoilers, but it's pretty obvious what happens. And then it switches to the more upbeat cover of Joan Jett's Bad Reputation, just to reset the vibes. And as soon as I was starting to think Avril Lavigne was the most interesting part of this, then we get this really cool part where we see a bunch of pretty much Oda's SBS drawings come to life. Child versions of a bunch of characters from One Piece. The Marine Admirals, the Warlords, the Supernova, and the Straw Hats. Some of these people are like almost completely unrecognizable. Overall, Bit of a weird decision choosing Avril Lavigne to be the voice of Z's, like, final stand against the government and all of his students. But hey, this was still pretty great, memorable, and very interesting, which is more than I can say about most of the movie endings. Number 50. This is the big, no pun intended, big introduction song for the Big Mom Pirates during Whole Cake Island. I mean, we've already heard of them before and even heard Big Mom herself speak to us back at Fishman Island, or speak to Luffy, I guess. But this is the first time we get to see her in all of her glory. Character quirks on full display, surrounded by a bunch of inanimate objects come to life that she herself created. Once again, man, this song is about as Alice in Wonderland as you can get. And also, once again, the homies steal the show. Especially the flowers, man. Yo, the flowers be killing it, bro. I still like the much more bigger sounding, more climactic feeling songs from later on in the arc, but I can comfortably say that this is another one of the best character introductions in the story. Again, something the manga, for as great as it is, something the manga could never truly accomplish. This is just an example of why I think Whole Cake Island in the anime surpasses the manga. I'm sorry. Number 49.
猫マムシの旦那。いや、実に素晴らしい方です。私、あの方を好きになりすぎて、こんな歌を作ってしまいました。
Well, it's the first appearance of Brook on this list, and it only makes sense that this lovable rock star of a corpse helps to kick off my top 50 One Piece songs ever. This is a song that Brook sang on Zou while the crew and them were on the way to meet Nekomamushi. It kind of sounds like a folk song that mothers would use to help sing their children to sleep back in the old days, but calling it a lullaby definitely doesn't feel right because Brooks goes crazy with the vocal range on the second verse, let me tell you. As he should. I still can't get over how much he's pressed here by the rest of the crew, man. Even the always very sweet and polite Robin, it's just like, damn, bro, that's all you got. It is my lowest ranked Brook song, unfortunately, because half of the song is just him saying the same line over and over again, even if that is the joke here. But at the end of the day, still a rather sweet and quite unexpected tribute to one of the best of Oden's scabbards. Facts. Inuarashi fans in the dirt. Number 48. This is the first of two songs from the SK Brook's final concert on Saba Odi after the 2-year time skip. This song is an absolute bop. I still think I like Bone to Be Wild better, but without a doubt, this concert is one of Brook's best moments in the series. Still to this day, I'm waiting for that SK Brook album. This is, again, Brook's final performance before the Marines come to arrest him, and he definitely ends it with a bang. And no, I'm not just talking about the pyrotechnics. Not only is this like a music video for the song, but it also serves as a heartfelt message from Brook to the rest of his crewmates about just how excited he is to reunite with his Nakama and begin the next stage of their journey. On the same level of sentiment as the Nekomamushi song, but obviously better because Brook actually put some thought into the lyrics this time. Number 47. I don't really have much to say about this ending, but you know, I'm also not saying that that's a bad thing either. I think we're just at that point in the list. The song here is a very fun listen, and the illustrations we get in this opening is probably the best part. Some top-notch stuff from early One Piece, kind of similar to the still shots I enjoy so much from the Hikari A opening. I guess what I'm saying is that this ending is solid, but definitely not in my top 10 One Piece endings or anything. Perfect for this middle section of the list where there's just a lot of underrated sleeper songs, but still nothing too crazy. This ending will always be nostalgic as hell though. Vivi finally taking back her kingdom from Crocodile, the Straw Hats versus Baroque Works, the final confrontation between Luffy and Crocodile. Alabasta was a huge arc for One Piece, and this ending always takes me back to those days where there was still just, you know, so much I didn't know about One Piece, but this was like the first major landmark of the story. Number 46. It's a take that I've had for years. I'll say it again. I get that this was the early 2000s and the technology wasn't the best, but I still do not like the way the vocals are mixed here. I'm sorry. The vocals just weren't really layered that well. I'm sorry. Despite that, this song is still Y2K Eurodance greatness. Even as I complain about minor technical issues that most people never really give a crap about, I'm still imagining myself on a dance machine somewhere in the middle of the Harajuku district, like Taya and that one guy from that one episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! In Battle City. It's still a fun song despite its flaws. It deserves its respect as the successor to We Are. Little Garden, Drum Island, Logue Town, Alabasta beginning. There was a lot going on at this point in the story. However, there's another song by Folded 5 that I also really enjoy. Number 45. What does the D stand for? Dance, obviously. First time I saw this, man, I was absolutely speechless at how realistic this animation was. This is from the 5-minute animated short, Django's Dance Carnival, which was basically like one of those short stories before the Pixar movies, before the second One Piece movie, Clockwork Island Adventure. And yeah, this entire short was pretty much just an extended music video for this one song, the cover of another Eurobeat song from around the time by Lolita called Baby 1, Baby 2. And yeah, you don't need a breakdown from me, man. You can see the absolute fever dream that is taking place on screen right now. Everyone, under the hypnosis of Django, of course, dancing to the beat in unison, and oh my god, they even got Zoro. Luffy busts a few moves too here, which is really cool, but the real star of the show, ladies and gentlemen, clearly is this hulked up marine dude. Yes, queen. Slay queen. Yes, queen. These crane shots are to die for, man. If you hate this, then either you hate Django or you're just mad you ain't got no rhythm. Once again, it's a shame this never got an official release in the West. Damn you, label contracts! Number 44. Umi wa mite iru Sekai no hajimari mo. Alright, back to the serious stuff for a second, and well, if the pirates have Binks Sake, then the Marines have this. Now, it can't really compare to Binks Sake, but to be fair, it's kind of hard for any song to compare to one of the peakest songs in all of fiction. However, as a rally cry for the Marines, and in a way, kind of like the national anthem for the world government, this is incredibly captivating stuff right here, man. Especially because of the context of how it's given to us as well, playing in the background of Zephyr's final chance at redemption, allowing the Straw Hats to escape Periodo Island, putting his former students through one final test, defeating him in battle. All with the song just slowly building itself up as well in the background, bringing in the choir, bringing in other members of the orchestra. Yo, honestly, one of the reasons why I think Film Z, yeah, might be my favorite One Piece movie. This final battle between Kizaru's army and Zephyr is simply epic, man. There's no other way to describe it. And each of his most loyal pupils paying respects to his gravesite afterwards is quite simply just a beautiful swan song for one of the best movie characters ever. And also just shout out to Kuzan, man. Shout out to Kuzan. Aokiji really puts in some great vocal performances in this movie as well. Number 43. A lot of people might be shocked at how low this is, but I mean, this is only a 30-second gag, man. Come on. For some reason, I do remember this being a lot longer in the anime, though. But nah, it's just this quick gag at the start of an episode, and then we get the actual opening afterwards. I don't know, maybe it's one of those Mandela effect things. Regardless, and no disrespect to Sogeking, of course, but it's just a little too short for me to rank it any higher than this. But also, regardless, the environments in this little gag opening are absolutely gorgeous, man. Like, yo, the background animators went crazy, man. It's like he's on some mythical planet somewhere off in the far distant galaxy, and it's beautiful. These, I think, intentionally obvious brushstrokes in the sky here are absolutely amazing. The quick cutaway to Frankie and Sanji just paralyzed with confusion is great. It's a legendary gag from the series, without a doubt, and something, again, only the anime could pull off like this. But yeah, we still got a lot of music left. It's just a shame, honestly, that Sogeking returned to Sniper Island never to be seen again after Enies Lobby, because I would love to hear this song in the story just one last time. Maybe Usopp might know what happened to Sogeking. We really need this man in the Grand Fleet, bruh. Number 42. The name of this song is a reference to the legendary Steppenwolf song Born to Be Wild, but the music here is all Brook, man. All Brook, or I guess I should say Cho, his voice actor, formerly known as Yuichi Nagashima. To be honest, everyone involved here absolutely kills it, man. It's disgusting how little of this song we get in the anime, man. This might be my favorite Brook performance in the story besides, well, the obvious. You could tell Cho was having the time of his life recording this, bruh. True 70s rock star energy, man. The band in the background, yo, the drums are funky as hell, bruh. Another one of the best songs from the actual One Piece world, but similar to Sogeking's theme, is weighed down by being so extremely short. Go listen to the full version, I'm begging you. After the One Piece is found and he reunites with Laboon, this is Brook's true calling, obviously, as an artist. Like, just imagine the legend, the myth, of the undead concert by a skeleton in his giant whale, welcoming you, or I guess warning you about the Grand Line as you enter. You get knocked unconscious going up Reverse Mountain, and then out of nowhere you hear some angelic sounding music waking you up, and you think you're dead, but no, it's just Brook and his backup choir of souls, jamming. Number 41. Sanji and Pudding's cake was so good that it made Big Mom start busting out into arpeggios and shit. It was so good that it transported her to a world that's like, again, part Alice in Wonderland, part Thievius Raccoonus, Sly Cooper, the first game. Real ones know what I'm talking about. And even part Naoto Shishida, oh my god. Bruh, the cake was so good it made her astral project back to her 6th birthday party with all of her orphan siblings surrounding her, asking them if they thought the cake was as good too. Bruh, we need Sanji and Soma in a food war ASAP. I ain't reading Shokugeki no Sanji until this happens. But yeah, this is basically just the Big Mom Pirates trying to capture the Straw Hats while Jinbei steers them out of Whole Cake bravely. Germa defending them on land, and the Sun Pirates defending them in the sea, all while Big Mom is in the background just enjoying her wedding cake. This scene of all the raining cannonballs around the Thousand Sunny is wild, man. Just look at it. Overall, one of the funnest things to look at and listen to in the entirety of Whole Cake, but it's still only my 2nd favorite Whole Cake song. Ooh, to be continued.
おいしかったごちそうさま
Number 40. I mean, this is really Brook's best song, but it's not Brook singing here. We need a Cho cover of this ASAP. Honestly, all I got left to say about this opening that I haven't said already before is that it's just very nostalgic. Zoro versus Ryuma, Usopp versus Perona, Kuma showing up at the end. Yo, Brook's flashback, man. You know, even though Thriller Bark is probably the only lull in pre-time skip One Piece, I mean, it still has its moments. This opening's main strengths are in its nostalgia and its visuals. Not saying the song isn't great, but not in my top 10 One Piece openings anymore. Probably not even top 10 pre-time skip openings, if I'm being honest. Number 39. Basically, this has always been a bit of a mixed bag for me. The song is great enough to be in my top 50 all-time One Piece songs, but still is my least favorite Hiroshi Kitadani song, or Hiroshi Kitadani involved song, I guess. Some parts of this opening has amazing animation, like this battle against the Beast Pirates towards the end. Other parts of it are either a little dry or just straight up weird, like Robin's neck here. And for as great as Zoe is as an arc in isolation, it's always overlooked by me personally because it's, you know, sandwiched in between two humongous arcs like Dressrosa and Whole Cake Island. It's definitely a couple of levels above Believe and like way better than We Are 2008. But yeah, this has always been like a middling One Piece opening for me. I don't know. But as you can see, even a middling One Piece opening is still pretty fucking good. In fact, I'm starting to see now like the different phases that this list is going through. I think we're at the point in the video now where we're starting to clear through a lot of these, I guess, lower tier openings. Openings that aren't, you know, bad, obviously, but I never really cared for. So I feel like the openings serve as like gatekeepers for whatever the next tier of music may be. It's pretty cool. Just kind of like psychoanalyzing myself right now, okay?
Yes, we go!
Number 38. Honestly, I just put this OP over Weekend and Jungle P just because of how much I love Impel Down, man. Impel Down is so good. Whether it's the structure of the actual prison itself, the different levels and layers, and I love it. Whether it's a bunch of old faces coming back into the fold like Buggy, Crocodile, Baroque Works, Mr. Two Bone Clay in general, the Blackbeard stuff, the Ivankov stuff. I could go on all day about how much I love Impel Down. This is about the opening though, Kaze wo Sagashite. And kind of like Jungle P, the song isn't in my top 10 One Piece songs or anything, but it is still, once again, incredibly nostalgic and has been stuck in my head since working on the Big 3 video in December, to be honest. It's just great chase music, which is perfectly appropriate for Luffy's rescue mission to save Ace from execution. Even though it gets overshadowed by a lot of other stuff later on in the video, another great opening, man. One Piece rarely misses with OPs. Also, just real quick, love the animated color spreads here from the manga. And yeah, this is great. Just another 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 thing. I'm gonna be honest, we got a streak coming up of some really great endings that I can't wait to talk about. Number 37. Before we get to that streak of all the really great endings that I was just talking about, we have to first talk about Paint, the current opening for One Piece and also the foundation for my thumbnail. I'll say it again, the song is not terrible, but definitely does not fit the raid of Onigashima, in my opinion. This is the raid of Onigashima. This is an earth-shaking, society-changing battle going on here. Paint just doesn't really match the intensity of the raid, does it? Like, that being said, though, the animation here is the stuff of the gods, bro. Oh my lord. You could literally go frame by frame on this and like anything could be an immaculate PC wallpaper. This opening is going to be amazing, you know, like post Wano when this entire battle is over and Momo finally takes the throne. We get that bittersweet ending, you know, no spoilers. But right now, during the actual battle, week to week, it just doesn't work for me. I'm sorry. Number 36. I feel like this is a perfect example of a situation where just a basic movie ending like this can rank higher than even a Wano opening like Paint, which, I mean, gorgeous is an understatement. All because I just really like the song, yo. Anobasha A is so good, it made me rank this movie that I barely even remember watching like a couple of years ago over the greatness that is the Raid of Onigashima. This is the ending theme to the 5th One Piece movie, Norowareta Seiken, aka the Zoro movie. He actually wins the day here for the crew, and it's pretty cool. Even if he was sort of working with the Marines for a bit, which was weird. Anyways, basically this ending tells the history of the Shichi Seiken, this cursed sword that the movie is all about. 3 princes from ancient times going to war over the love of this beautiful priestess, filled with rage amplified by the Shichi Seiken, all under this blood-red moon and causing great destruction with their battle until the priestess would eventually give up her life in order to seal away the sword's power, helping to regain the prince's sanity and bringing about a new dawn for the rest of the people of Asuka Island. I mean, it may be a movie ending, but to their credit, there is some great animation here. And it tells a neat little mini story, which, hey, good enough for me. I love how everybody in this kind of looks like cloud people and how all the backgrounds look like Aztec, or I guess more like Mayan hieroglyphs. I don't know, I'm not an archaeologist. Still cool though. Number 35. Queen's performance in Udon Prison was one thing, but yo, his concert, the concert on Onigashima, like right before the start of the Beast Pirates version of the Fire Festival, yo, out of this world, bro. Queen's charisma here, hey, how you doing? It's just unmatched. I'm sorry, Brooke, my boy, but even you haven't had a performance yet in the anime that could top this. I don't know where all this production came from in verse. It was probably a bunch of waiters and pleasures working against the world. Obviously, though, this is actually the work of Toei's animation staff, and again, man, they really did go above and beyond. Rolling Loud, Coachella, y'all ain't got nothing on this. The sweeping camera shot moving through the crowd, all of the insane lighting effects and lasers and glow effects here. This one cutaway to King who just cannot be asked. Then you got the song, man. Just like the title implies, it's funky as hell, man. Pretty much Queen's theme song. It's just something that could only be accomplished with the anime, man. Honestly, I think the only thing that compares to this visually from the series is Film Red. Which kind of makes sense. I think it was being worked on around this time, right?
Yes,
Number 34. This one, boys, is bittersweet. This is the last One Piece ending that we would ever get before they instead, I guess, devoted that time to longer intros and more flashbacks. And to put it in perspective just how long it's been since we've had a One Piece ending, the last episode this was used for was episode 278. That was the Say You Wanna Live episode. Ikite! Towards the end of Eni's lobby over 16 years ago. The last time we had a One Piece ending, I was still like 5 years away from my freshman year of high school. Last time we had a One Piece ending, some of you probably weren't even born, which is disgusting. At least they went out showing some love to the community, man. Look at this. This ending is just a showcase of a bunch of One Piece artwork from young fans in Japan around the time. And what makes this ending really cool is that every version of it is different. Week to week, we get to see new art and just as many people as possible getting a chance to live on forever in the One Piece anime. I mean, there's this one minor gag where Chopper sneaks off for a second to be Chopper Man, but nobody notices, and then he just shuffles back in to be consoled by Robin, which is funny. But other than that, this ending is just about the fan art, man, as it should be. Yo, can we just get One Piece endings back again, please? Number 33.
守りたい
The VV ending. One of two of them, that is. And while the other one from the TV anime might be a bit more nostalgic, I think this one is a lot more emotional. There's this one section at the end where all the instruments drop out and it's just the isolated vocals of Ai Kawashima singing in the background, while Vivi explains the X symbol on her arm to a bunch of kids of Alabasta, and it sends chills down my spine every single time, man. Hearing her eventually then go off on this mental tangent, just thinking about the Straw Hats and how they're doing and how much fun she had while sailing with them. Yo, it's almost heartbreaking, man. Like, you would have thought the Straw Hats were dead or something. Definitely made me relive all those mixed feelings I had at the end of Alabasta, which makes sense. The point of this entire movie was basically just a retelling of the Alabasta arc. This was for the 8th One Piece movie, Sabaku no Ojo to Kaizoku Tachi. This is another movie ending with visuals that really pop, which helps it a lot. But the star of the show here is absolutely Ai Kawashima, man. Her singing is just exquisite. It brings a tear to my eye. Oh, if only I could sing like this. Boys, we will be out of here.
だって私たちはずっと仲間だから。
Number 32. Another movie ending that, again, despite the mediocre visuals here, I rate very highly because, I mean, the song is just too damn good, man. This is right up my alley in terms of genre of music. Early 2000s alternative rock that could honestly fit right in with the old Funimation soundtracks for the DBZ movies back in the day. Finger 11, Deftones, Boy Hits Car. It was golden, man. What a time. You just had to be there. Here we have these wonderful black and white sort of pastel style images of each of the Straw Hats, while off to the side we just see the Mary running away from a marine ship with a map of the world in the background. And yeah, it's not much, but it doesn't really have to be much when you have a song that slaps as hard as this. This was the ending theme for the 4th One Piece movie, Dead End No Boken. And the movie was fine, you know, nothing crazy. Wasn't this the one that had the dollar store crocodile guy as the villain? I don't know. Number 31. I swear, I have always loved this animation, man. Like, a lot of people might look at this and go, too much shading, plastic skin, I'm cool. And in the modern era with digital art, yeah, I completely understand. The Dragon Ball Super, yeah. Back in 2002, though, bro, with the film grain, nah, this movie is undefeated. Everything in this movie is just so warm looking. Jesus Christ, look at the sunset here, man. Everything is so well saturated, yo. You just can't get an aesthetic like this with modern animation, let me tell you. This is the ending theme for the 3rd One Piece movie, Chinju Jima no Chopper Okoku. And here for the ending, we get abridged versions of the Straw Hats' upbringing, basically. It's always sun time, of course, but bruh, just look at the moon here in Shimosuke Village. I gotta pay my respects, you know? Again, modern animation could never. Everything about the animation here, and to be honest, the animation from most of the golden era of One Piece, let's talk about it. Like, the main reason why I really love it, like these partially colored in, kind of faded out backgrounds, it's great. It really has that children's storybook vibe about it. I feel like it emulates the manga more than any other animation style in One Piece ever has. And the music here, man, oh my god. The music here is a wonderfully nostalgic blend of like alternative rock and, you know, like Y2K synth pop. It's amazing. And I think that's the biggest reason why I like this ending so much. From how the movie looks, to how the music sounds here, to just revisiting each of the Straw Hats' origin stories. Everything about this ending is just inherently nostalgic. Number 30. All right, top 30. Time to pick up the energy, boys. Come on, wake up. Wake it up. As we continue with the nostalgia train, I think this is the section of the video now where the almighty nostalgia factor finally starts running wild, like in a real way. Case in point, the 5th ending from One Piece, Before Dawn by Aisachi. Immediately, soon as this ending came on, I was just flooded with flashbacks of Drum Island, Luffy climbing the Rockies with 2 of his crewmates on his back. Yo, what a leader. W Captain, Frostbite is probably one of my worst fears ever. Chopper's origin story with Dr. Hirolook. Wapple was there too, I guess. This is the ending that really made me think Vivi was joining the crew, man. The war online just died down between Carrot and Yamato fans about who was going to join the crew after Wano. I cannot even imagine how the internet would have melted back in the early 2000s if, you know, the internet was as big as it was today. Seeing Vivi being integrated into all of these openings and endings just for her to not even join the crew in the end. Damn it. And at the end of the day, man, everyone just looks so happy here, man. They're just all having fun. Who hates fun? Number 29. Bruh, these early One Piece endings hit different. They hit different, man. This ending is just really sweet, you know? That's all I got. Nothing crazy or complex here, just Robin watching some shooting stars late at night and then waking everyone up so they can come outside and enjoy them with her. Zoro looks extremely pissed. He could not give 2 shits about some shooting stars. I feel you, Zoro. I'm recording this right now and it's like 3:30 in the morning. This ending is just, you know, Robin's innocence and tender-heartedness put on full display, which everyone loves to see, especially because of just how fucked up her backstory is, which we surprisingly get a glimpse of here for the first time ever, way before we would actually start digging into Robin's character in Water 7. So that's cool. Yo, the guitar, bro, the guitar during this one scene of like the silhouette of the Going Merry in front of the moon, yo, is, how lovely. Number 28. The Alabasta retelling was great and all that, but there's nothing like the nostalgia of the original, man. This ending, I feel like, is Vivi's theme song. The animation here, too, is so good, man, so clean. Like, Vivi herself looks amazing, and I don't mean that in like a lewd, you know, waifu kind of way, even though Vivi is top 10 baes in all of One Piece. But no, her character design, I mean, it's just so on point, you know? Her head is just the right shape. The eyes are just the right proportions. The hair, man, everything about this scene of her and Karu staring off into the desert just before the sunrise, amazing. After this, the Straw Hats pull up and we get a montage of Vivi's journey with them while they each pat her on the back. And the sun, hey, finally rises in the background, marking for a new dawn of Alabasta. And all that good stuff. Sun God Nika, yeah. It's a simple but really great retrospective for Vivi as the climax to this entire Alabasta saga finally gets underway in the anime. Number 27. Not in my top 10 One Piece openings or anything, which, you know, might rub some people the wrong way, but still great One Piece music without a doubt. The theme song to the beginning of the Paramount War, Summit War, who gives a crap? This song is actually very triggering for me, man. You definitely hear this song with like pre-Kuma ears and post-Kuma ears. Man, the events on Sabaody, the news that Luffy would eventually get on Amazon Lily, bro, it absolutely turned the entire series on its head. Luffy's entire journey to find the One Piece will be put on pause, essentially. To put it simply, after this opening, nothing was the same. I'm saying all this to say that Share the World is just swimming in nostalgia for me, bro. Drowning, almost. People think I hate this OP just because, again, like, it's not in my top 10 openings or anything. But, like, come on, man. In the grand scheme of One Piece, this is absolutely goated. So many important moments of the entire story are tethered to this opening, man. Even though some of you guys might have it higher, I still, like, it's, come on, man. 80 songs, bruh. Are you not entertained? Number 26.
寂しいなら声を聞かせてさまよいながら
All right. We're entering Goosebump territory now, bruh. This is where you're going to see a lot more of the openings showing up, you know, as well as like a death match between all the best endings from the series so far. And yeah, this one was an easy contender. Everybody's been binging One Piece recently, right? I did my huge binge catching up to the series in 2019. Hearing this back now, yo, it makes me feel like I haven't heard it since like 2004 when these episodes were airing. The singing here sends chills down my spine, bro. The piano as well is just right, man. Just right. Just right for these nighttime shots of all the crew's friends and family. Makino and Mayor Whoop Slap, Koshiro, Kaya, Nojiko, Zeph, Dr. Kureha and Dalton, Vivi and Karu. Yo, even Gaimon! Yo, my guy! Everything here to me feels like, you know, after dark. It's a chill, quiet night after you put all the kids to sleep or something. I don't know. I don't have kids. Just for the record. Just, you know, spending some time with yourself, reflecting and unwinding on the day. Wonderful low vibration music, basically. Number 25. Again, man. Right up my alley, bro. This song is so fire. Like, the ending honestly does not even do this justice. Please, I urge you, please go listen to the full version of this. Fish by the Kaleidoscope, man. Please listen to this in its entirety and all of its late 90s kinda Nirvana-ish punk rock glory. One of those songs that gets added to the rotation, for sure. In fact, I should make a playlist of all my favorite anime openings. That would be pretty fire. I mean, this is Golden Era One Piece animation. Once again, the best One Piece animation, if you ask me. The visuals here aren't too crazy, but you still gotta love it. It's another one of those adventure montages, you know, that we typically get for One Piece theme songs. However, this one is sort of focused on Chopper, which is pretty cool. Again, man, seeing Vivi fit in with the crew like this, it really makes me feel like we must have jumped timelines at some point. Like, I don't know, man. I get that she's a princess, but hey, maybe it was for the best, yo. Rest in peace, Cobra. Overall, another pretty basic ending, but the song is just so damn good, man. It's so fire. Real quick, too, there's one scene of Chopper and Usopp going underwater in like a barrel submarine type thing is awesome, too, yo. Just look at all the aquatic life on display here. What does the D stand for? Damn, this shit hard. Number 24. Another OP I feel like people are going to kill me for, like, this should be way higher. You suck! Yeah, this is where Crazy Rainbow stops for me on my list because, I don't know, it just isn't as much of a spectacle as I'm kind of used to with One Piece openings, you know? It's just a really great song. Like, this song is prime One Piece vibes. It's probably the most Kohei Tanaka, Hiroshi Kitadani sounding song that doesn't involve either of them. Shout out to Taki and Tsubasa for that one. This song sounds like it was tailor-made for One Piece, and you could say that about most One Piece songs, but like, literally, I cannot imagine this in any other context besides One Piece. It's like Zoro with blonde hair and Sanji with green hair. My brain just cannot compute. Not really much else to talk about that I haven't said a bunch already. This is just another harmless adventure montage for the Straw Hats. It's kind of stretched for time, you know? This is the first 2-minute long opening that we get. The reason the endings died. But hey, it is boosted a lot by one of the catchiest songs in the entire series, for one, and then even more by the climax to Enies Lobby. One of the best arcs in the entire series. It's hard to hate. Like, show me a One Piece fan that hates Crazy Rainbow and then immediately give them a German suplex. Number 23. Everyone loves Crazy Rainbow, but I'm sorry, man. It just would not sit right in my soul if I didn't double down on just how great of an ending this is. Sticking with the Water 7 saga, this ending is just a gorgeous little self-reflecting moment for Robin. It sort of comes off as a dream or something. Maybe like if she ever got a chance to doze off on the sea train on the way to Enies Lobby. She was stressed out But still, you get me? Here we see her as a child, lost in the world, watching her home burn down in front of her until the Straw Hats enter her life, adding some sun. Hey! And also adding in some flowers and some color to her world, which has been so drab for so long. Without any family or friends around, just a soulless vessel of ancient knowledge, pretty much. The Devil Child. This is my favorite Toho Shinki song in the entire series. Insert obligatory We Are 2008 slander here. The song has its own title, obviously, you can read it, but to me, this ending will always be known as the Ballad of Nico Robin. Number 22. I think I put this opening here because it really, I guess, caps off this whole emotional kind of low vibrational section of the list for me, except for Crazy Rainbow. That was an outlier. We still got more coming, obviously. We haven't even touched anything from Marineford yet, but I think this is a good spot for Hands Up. It looks great, but it isn't the greatest looking OP out there. It sounds great, but it isn't one of my favorite songs in One Piece ever. And Punk Hazard sets up a lot of great stuff, but come on, man, you can be honest with me. This is a safe space. Nobody cares about Punk Hazard, bruh. This opening is still really good though. I can never take that away from it. It's why I have it up this high on the list. It's the border between all my personal favorite songs that are kinda underrated, I feel like should be talked about more, and all like the most legendary stuff in One Piece history. So I mean, no disrespect to anybody that's like head over heels for Hands Up, but look man, 22 is not bad. Not bad at all. Number 21. I had to put this above Hands Up just for pure nostalgia alone, man. Again, the golden era One Piece endings just hit different, bruh. Specifically the first 3 though? Yo, them shit slap. Luffy's bounty was like not even 100 million yet, and now it's at like 3 billion. Yo, our boy is a Yonko now, man. Maki Otsuki is to the endings basically what Hiroshi Kitadani is to the openings. The first 2 endings of One Piece are absolutely goated. Again, the nostalgia. This was used during Arlong Park after all. Nothing big, you know, just the whole entire reason why I and most people, I'm sure, started falling in love with One Piece to begin with. This ending is goated. Easily top 5 endings in all of One Piece. But obviously, I think many people would agree with me. Maki Otsuki's other song is still undefeated. Number 20. Another song that the ending just does not do justice, man. I will never forgive them for cutting out this instrumental section in the beginning, bruh. The start of this song absolutely slaps. I like this song about the same as Run, 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 and it's also from that same really nostalgic part of the series, you know, having flashbacks of Little Garden as we speak. Whiskey Peak as well. Whiskey Speak. But I think the reason why I ended up ranking this higher is because, I don't know, I feel like this is something we could all sing together, you know? Like if we were all at a One Piece concert right now, thousands of One Piece fans in attendance, imagine how this song would turn up, bro. It will be lit. Run, Run, Run is like mosh pit music, right? But Watashi ga Iru Yo is like just cut the speakers, let the crowd sing, man. I'll at least continue to sing this song to myself if no one else is feeling me right now. Again, just another adventure montage, but this is one of the first. To be fair, I don't know what it is about these shadows that I enjoy so much in this one scene, but they are really well done. Usopp's shadow kind of looks like Patrick Star. Number 19. Fishman Island, get it out of here. Dressrosa, get it out of here. Wano, even with all of the top tier animation, get it out of here, bro. Whole Cake Island. Still my favorite arc post-time skip, and nobody can ever change my mind. I've already waxed lyrical about the Disney influence all over this arc, especially in the anime. Now, take that entire Disney aesthetic and then mix it with, like, a tragedy, right? Like the end of Infinity War. Romeo and Juliet. Whole Cake Island is as legendary a piece of fiction as Romeo and Juliet. You heard it here first. But nah, seriously, man. Both of Sanji and Pudding's arcs here is some of the best character work in One Piece, man. Like, Pudding revealing here that she confessed her love to Sanji before removing that part of his memory is just like, yo, man. The Young and the Restless got nothing on this. No soap opera could ever compare. Emphasis on opera here, though, because my God, man. I know I said I didn't care for the other stories and songs from the arc. His voice actor here puts in the performance of a lifetime, bro. Of a lifetime. Alongside the also magnificent voice of Ayano no Nomura. I've already spoken about the Pudding Sanji stuff, but then you also got the Pedro stuff, man. Carrot grieving over that. The Germa and the Sun Pirates still defending the Straw Hats, finishing off the last of Big Mom's defense. This is the coolest Judge has ever looked in life. This is nothing short of an absolutely exquisite ending to one of the most colorful yet emotionally taxing arcs in the entire story. Easily one of the most beautiful compositions from the entire OST, and very visually pleasing to watch as well. Once again, Whole Cake is undefeated, man. Let's just look past the fact that Sanji was low-key simping for a 16-year-old. All right, it's okay, boys. We'll take this one on the chin. Zoro is a racist, okay?
第三の目を。
なんて美しい瞳だ。
Number 18.
One dream, one wish, 叶えたいなら over the top.
Now here's where we start getting into some truly legendary stuff, right? Animation wise, this is leagues ahead of so much other stuff that's been in this video, man. It's honestly a testament to just how great Soul Pocus is that for a second I was really considering putting it above all the Wano openings. Just look at the Wano openings, man. That's crazy. I chose not to, though, because it just cannot go understated how much of a resurgence One Piece has had during Wano in the anime. One Piece is the most popular that it's ever been in 2023, and a lot of it is due to the pandemic, but I also think it's down to just the spike in quality in the anime, man. I know a few people that got into One Piece just because they kept hearing things about it and seeing things about Wano. The little Crunchyroll clips on YouTube, man. I really feel like Over the Top is where the series begins again, man. And it's not just because it's the undefeated team of Hiroshi Kitadani and Kohei Tanaka once again. It's also because this was the beginning of a new era, you know? A new era for Toei and how they handle the series. And a new era for One Piece in general, as it enjoys the recognition that it's been deserved for well over 2 decades. Kicking off what might actually be the final saga to One Piece, man. It's still crazy to say. Now, I've said all that to say, still not my favorite opening from Wano, though. Number 17. I mean, Paint and Over the Top are great and all, but I just feel like this is the one, man. The Hard Knock Days of Wano. This is the superpowers of Wano. The only thing holding it back really is that it was used for Act 2. A lot of people don't like Wano Act 2. I think I might be the only person in the world that enjoyed the Big Mom Amnesia arc. You know, becoming best friends with Chopper. Yo, it was great. Yes, it's dumb, but that's the point. The Straw Hats already know who she is, and that crippling anxiety of her possibly snapping back into reality is just funny as hell, bro. What do you want me to do? I'm a simple man. Then you got the Odin flashback, man. Whitebeard, Roger, and Kaido. Another example of something I think drew a lot of new One Piece fans in. I mean, it has its flaws, don't get me wrong, but Wano Act 2 is great, and we see it all in this opening right here. Number 16.
新時代はこの未来だ世界中全部
See now, so this is a weird one. I mean, the whole movie is music, right? It's a musical. Probably one of the best musicals I've ever seen, and I don't even like musicals. Basically, I decided to just make this entire movie one entry. Every song that Uta sings, at least. Just her power, basically, the Uta Uta no Mi. Some of them slap more than others, obviously. But overall, the soundtrack to Film Red is pretty dope, man. And just off New Genesis alone, I mean, this had to be top 20. That song is objectively amazing. Literally, Uta's entire character wrapped up into one song. I really like I Am Invincible too, as well as Top Musica, the song for the final battle of the movie. Really intense, especially in theaters. Shout out to Otto, the singing voice for Uta, Mrs. Green Apple and Motohiro Hata, yes, that Motohiro Hata from Naruto, and everybody else that collaborated on the soundtrack to this movie, man. It ain't the highest grossing movie in One Piece history for no reason. And yeah, I mean, this has a whole movie's worth of animation to play with, so it's a bit unfair to the rest of the competition. Let's just kind of disqualify this animation-wise. But without a doubt, again, ever since Wano has started, it's been the best that One Piece has ever looked. And nah, yeah, I just thought it would be really cool to include a devil fruit on the list. Why not? There's no rules here. Number 15. Woo! Top 15, boys. Let's get it. This has always been one of my favorite openings in the series, man. There's just nothing like an opening to the climax of a huge One Piece arc. The energy is off the charts, and there's always so many moving parts to it as well. It really makes this opening feel like it's moving at 100 miles an hour all the time. It's the reason why I'm so disappointed with Paint, man. Like, I just feel like the climax to Wano, the climax to this entire Yonko saga that pretty much started here, or Punk Hazard, technically. It just deserved a bit more energy, man. But let's leave that where it is, down in the 30s, where it belongs. This is Hard Knock Days. The climax to Dressrosa, and yo, after rewatching this recently, the dub version at least, I came to realize that only here is when I think One Piece truly rolls out of its post-Marineford slump. I'm not saying Fishman Island and Punk Hazard are like terrible, right? But I do think Dressrosa is where post-time skip One Piece truly arrived. We're now pretty far into the new world, right? With a bunch of new and interesting characters like Law and Momonosuke, for example, with some of the most dangerous villains in the entire One Piece world getting involved now, like Blackbeard, Kaido, Dofi. I feel like Hard Knock Days, as well as this entire arc, really breathe new life into the series. Number 14. Oh yeah, it's getting spicy now. I remember the video I made in 2020. People hate superpowers, but I'm staying 10 toes, bro. Like, all of these openings are fire. So I'm gonna just go off of which had more of my favorite story moments. All right. I talked a lot about how much I love Whole Cake when I was talking about the Soul Pocus song at the end of the arc, but that was more about how much I love the drama. Another reason why Whole Cake is my favorite post-time skip, and the reason why I've always stood behind superpowers, is because the action, man. Luffy versus Katakuri is one of my favorite fights in the entire series. And this, to me, is the Luffy versus Katakuri theme song, more or less. I like anime music that I can work out to, and One Piece doesn't have much of that. A lot of One Piece theme songs are like, you know, pleasant little jingles that you can sing along with your friends on a road trip or something. A song like Superpowers is just a different type of motivational, man. Really gets you fired up. I listen to this and legit feel like I have superpowers. That was kind of cringe. I should have cut that out. This is yet just another reason why Whole Cake Island is undefeated. Hashtag Katakuri for Yonko. Make it happen, Oda, please.
Yes, with the superpowers.
Number 13. Whole Cake Island might be the best arc post-time skip, but the best arc pre-time skip or at least pre-Summit War, I guess. Definitely Water 7. Water 7 easy. I don't know if it's the style of this song that makes it so nostalgic, you know, the girl group thing. It's really early 2000s anime stuff. Or maybe if it's just how fucking great Water 7 is. It always cues a pit in my stomach whenever the first few seconds of this song starts, man. The animation style might have changed a little bit from the golden era. Everything went 16:9. But all the vibes of original One Piece are still there, man. I think I said this in the Big 3 video in December, but everything in this opening looks so big, bro. All of the environments here look huge compared to the rest of the characters, which works amazingly well to display the incredibly vast world of One Piece. Aokiji showing up in Long Ring Longland, Usopp and Luffy clashing over the Going Merry's condition and what the next step should be for the crew. Everything surrounding the ancient weapon Pluton and the world government infiltrating the Gale-La Company. This is the theme song for one of the most intriguing and also most heartbreaking sections of the One Piece story, man. It'll live on forever. Number 12. Once again, yo, like how many times do I need to say it, bro? The nostalgia is real, bro. Yo, Skypiea only gets better with time. And it's always had my favorite celebration feast in the entire story. The one in Upper Yard after Enel was defeated. The one that hinted at the sun god Nika. Kind of like that one ending, Watashi ga Iru yo. I could totally see this going crazy at some kind of One Piece concert. Everyone singing along, you know? I've always felt like the first 4 One Piece openings was specifically We Are, Hikari, and Bon Voyage have always been the real heart and soul of the series. This is One Piece's humble beginnings, you know, before the Straw Hats started gaining all this clout. Back before the actual One Piece treasure felt so within arm's reach. Nowadays, it feels like Luffy is just one more major battle away from finally achieving this dream. An opening like Bon Voyage will just forever take me back to when Luffy just got started, man. When the story was a whole lot slower, when it was just this silly little adventure of a boy and his pirate crew. Number 11. For as great as the vocal performances on Bon Voyage, Hope just strikes a completely different emotional chord for me, man. I'm a Sanji fan, alright? It's no secret. Around this point in the story, my heart was in shambles, bruh. Superpowers is great as like this spectacle type of opening, you know, meant to get you hyped for the big battle. Hope is the complete opposite, bruh. This is almost fight together levels of depressing to watch and listen to. Every time I hear the song, man, I just think about that one scene of Sanji literally beating the shit out of Luffy, and some people thought Usopp stepped out of line, beating the shit out of Luffy, all just for Luffy to eventually pull the truth out of him in the end. That being Sanji just wanting to go back to the Sunny. Ugh. That's why I love One Piece, man. Name me a moment from the series that Zoro has that's as good as this. Besides nothing happened. Besides never wanting to lose again. Besides Ichida Sansen Daisen. Alright, never mind. Forget it. That's not what's important here. For all intents and purposes, this is the Sanji opening. And hey, call me biased, Team Sanji till I die. This hits all the right notes for me, man. It matches the tone of the first half of Whole Cake Island perfectly. Number 10. We made it. Top 10, man. This is sacred ground. This is what you've all been waiting for, I'm sure. My top 10 One Piece songs of all time. And we're starting it off hot with one of the most criminally underused openings in the entire series that represents the climax to, again, one of the best arcs in the entire story. Even though the Luffy versus Lucci final battle happened during the crazy Rainbow era, this will always be the theme song to the climax of Enies Lobby. To me, personally. Brand New World just has everything, man. Super clean animation that's both thrilling and hilarious in parts. Tons of nostalgia from a section of the story where the stakes were at an all-time high, and an absolute banger of a song, man, that complements all of this hysteria of everything we're seeing wonderfully. I like openings like Hard Knock Days and Superpowers because they serve as these narrative crescendos, you know, for the arcs that they were used for, but Brand New World came first. This was the first time I ever truly felt the scale of the battle at hand, you know? Easily one of the best One Piece openings. I don't care how you feel. In fact, if you disagree, something might be wrong with you. I ain't gonna lie. Number 9. There's a bunch of openings and even endings below this that might, you know, be better, might have flashier animation or whatever, but none of them, man, not even Brand New World surpasses the Eternal Pose ending. At least when it comes to that intangible feeling like, God, like, why do I love this so much? Despite being an ending not named Memories, this is one of the first things that immediately jumped out to me when starting this video. The visual concept of this ending is really cool too. Panning across the screen, we see each of the Straw Hats in every different outfit they've worn throughout the series so far. Not only is this very satisfying to watch, but man, what a trip down memory lane this is. I almost forgot all about Miss All Sunday Robin and her cowboy hat. Yo, they even got wax statue Zoro here, which I just love. I also appreciate how the background slowly colors itself in throughout the ending too. Yo, overall, this is just a really satisfying piece of work right here. One of the most memorable endings by far, partially due to the fact that all the streamable versions now have this ending for like 200 episodes straight or some crazy shit like that. Number 8. One Day is always a tough one for me to rank because there's seriously nothing else like it in the entirety of One Piece, which could be a strength and a weakness depending on how you like your One Piece, I guess. Do you prefer the wondrous and adventurous nature of typical One Piece, you know, road trip music? Or do you prefer emo One Piece because we just don't see it very often and it's triggering? Me personally, I like emo One Piece, as you can see from how high I ranked Hope. So the Marineford OP, for all intents and purposes, was always gonna rank high, you know? I can't put it any higher than this, I'm sorry, and that might be spicy. Ooh, that might be a little bit spicy, not gonna lie. I just feel like all the songs from here on out kind of match the entire vibe and all the themes of One Piece in its entirety, right? On a different level. One Day was great for, you know, one arc type shit. One of the greatest arcs in shonen history, sure, but still just one arc. It almost feels like a completely different series watching this. And again, it could be a good thing or a bad thing, but I think regardless of which way you lean, you can't deny the animation in this one is crispy as hell. It never gets old. Number 7. This one was a dark horse because I actually almost forgot about it. And when I started the video, it was like way lower and it just kept creeping up, and now boom! Number 7. I feel like this could be a theme song of the Straw Hat Pirates themselves. The song is essentially all about sticking by your friends. That no matter how many times you stumble and fall, no matter how many times you think about giving up, there is still a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a dawn coming at the end of this cold and dark night, and as long as you have your Nakama, you can literally persevere through any obstacle. Here we see each of the Straw Hats passed once again. Luffy first setting sail, Zoro leaving to hunt bounties, Usopp and the Usopp Pirates, Sanji at Baratie, Nami and Nojiko at Belmir's gravesite, Chopper looking over the Sakura Kingdom, Robin reading poneglyphs. Really tugging on those nostalgia strings, huh? Wow, the hand gesture I just made was so crazy, but you guys ain't see it. Moving on. Once the chorus kicks in, we then see them all sailing on the Mary, and like I said, it really feels like the theme song for the crew, man. And actually one of the few One Piece songs that I think is done better in the dub, maybe? I know Vic Mignogna is a hot name in the industry, but he kills his rendition of the song, man, let me tell you. Number 6. I said this before, but everything about this opening just sounds very nautical, man. The best opening from original One Piece that isn't We Are, in my opinion. I've always enjoyed how much Hikari highlights all the whimsical and eccentric aspects of the story. Whether it be the characters themselves, bouncing off of each other constantly, in this case, literally for Chopper, or if it's the world around them, you know, and everything they have to encounter on the sea. If there's anything we've learned early on in One Piece that's really important, it's to expect the unexpected at all times. This opening being used leading into Skypiea was just the perfect call as well. Blackbeard's speech in Jaya about never letting dreams die is the exact sort of sentiment that Hikari gives off. I don't really have much else to say about this opening. I want them to play this at my funeral. Number 5. And speaking about songs that I want to be played at my funeral, yo, if this doesn't come back at the end of the anime in some form or fashion, somebody dropped the ball. I feel like I've kind of been hyping up this ending for the entire video, but it's literally one of the most basic things on earth. Like, just look at it. Just a static image of Luffy with his back to us, standing in front of a golden sea as each of the original 5 Straw Hats appear beside him in chronological order. That's it. That's literally the entire ending. But what makes this so great, yo, for one, the shadow effects here. And the way the ocean is moving, like, I swear to God, it looks like melted down gold. It's beautiful. But no, what makes this so great is the song, man. This is the We Are of endings right here. Just like how We Are is kind of like the permanent opening, regardless of whatever arc you're in, it still fits. Memories is a song that will live on forever. The lyrics, Maki Otsuki's performance, the full version of the song with the synth section at the beginning. I can't even put it into words, really. It's songs like these that make me want to get amnesia like Big Mom just so I could experience the entire story for the first time again. It's a basic ending that could be explained in about 2 sentences, but it's absolutely perfect. Iconic, really. Number 4. You know, for the most part, this is the One Piece opening. Like, even over We Are to some people. This was the flag bearer for the series for a really long time. It's easy to see why this opening stuck around for so long. Fuck belief, this was pretty much meant to be the successor to We Are. It's the first time in the anime where that song at the end of the episode where they preview the next episode changes. I feel like if you don't like this opening, then you just must not be a One Piece fan or something, because this is like the ultimate One Piece vibe. Quintessential New World One Piece. It's like We Are all grown up. There's nothing really that I could say to kind of convince you or persuade you to like this opening or to kind of get why I ranked it in my top 5. How don't you understand? This opening is One Piece incarnate. This was basically a soft reboot for the series, so of course they had to put all hands on deck for the first opening of the New World. Once again, another very legendary, very iconic theme song. That's all I got, man. Number 3. The only reason why I put this above We Go is just because of the emo factor. Every time I hear this song, it brings me to the verge of tears. Honestly, not even because of the opening itself, but no, because Marineford really did leave me in a state of shock for a few episodes. Basically, this is the perfect repass song. Like, if you've lost anybody close to you recently, this opening could be a great way to console you, you know, and really boost your spirits. It's basically another friendship song, but obviously because of the whole Ace situation, specifically talks to you about persevering through obstacles, even if it means having to carry on that wheel all by yourself. The part of this opening, man, that's like a montage of all the Straw Hats' most emotional moments with Luffy, it gets me every time, bro. To me, this is peak emo One Piece. But also with the, the uplifting parts of One Piece blended in there as well. It's a really nice mixed emotion smoothie. Easily my favorite song by Nami Amuro.
We fight together.
Number 2. There's tons of different versions of this song that exist in the story. There's a version with the Raja pirates, the red-haired pirates. There's a version that Uta sings by herself. There's a version with the Straw Hats, obviously. If this was a music list or like a YouTube video made within the actual One Piece world, Binks Sake would definitely be number 1. Like if Luffy was making this list, this would probably be his number 1. Every pirate in the world knows about Binks Sake. In the story, it's about as famous as something like Ring Around the Rosie, right? Kohei Tanaka gets the credit for actually composing the song though and doing all the groundwork, as he should. But the reason why it's one of the best songs in One Piece, to me, is all down to Brook and the Rumbar Pirates, man. Their dying performance, singing the song together as they just drop one by one due to poisoning, recording it all on a tone dial for Laboon. This is actually peak One Piece, man, for all the wrong reasons. Brook has one of the saddest, most depressing backstories of the entire crew. Robin's is close, Sanji's is close, but nah, Brook, man. Oh, Brook. This song is so good that it bridges the gap between real life and a fictional world. And that honestly just speaks to how great the story is, to be honest. Shout out to Oda. And that brings us to, man, I am tired. Number 1. Ho, what could it be?
富、名声、力、この世の全てを手に入れた男、海賊王ゴールド・ロジャー。
The fact that One Piece characters don't know about this song is a massive shame, man, because I think this would go crazy at a One Piece party. Wait! I just had a brain blast. What if at the end of One Piece, during the huge final party all across the world, the party at Pangaea Castle or whatever, when the world is finally liberated, the Straw Hats create a new Binks Sake, right? Hear me out. A new song to be passed down for hundreds of years and inspire the generations of pirates to come, chasing after whatever Luffy's treasure might be. And what if that song was We Are? We Are actually becomes canon to the One Piece world and ends up being the successor to Binks Sake? I mean, we already have a version of the Straw Hats singing the song, man. What if the One Piece is We Are? All right, now we getting too carried away. Bro, the English version of this slaps. The Palestinian version of this slaps. The Russian version of this slaps. This is like chala he chala. It doesn't matter what language you put it in, it's gonna slap. This has been my biggest, longest, girthiest video ever. And yet the entire time while I was working on it these past couple of months, We Are was always going to be the one to beat. And Binks Sake came close, but I'm sorry, man. Over the years, man, and again, with this recent surge in popularity that One Piece has had, this opening has become nothing short of one of the biggest symbols in all of Japanese pop culture. Like, it's almost bigger than One Piece. And One Piece is pretty big. We on the way to chapter 1100, baby. Woo! Atsukaru yume wo kagi atsume. Bidit. Alright, man. That was every One Piece song ever ranked from worst to best. Again, there's more stuff out there, Overtaken. Everybody loves Overtaken. I think I'm done, bruh. Hey, let me know what your favorite One Piece songs are. Let me know how much you disagree, of course. I'm always down to squabble. I'm not sure yet what the next ranking video might be. Do I want to keep it in the big 3? Like I've been thinking about doing Boruto again. Been thinking about going back to the Bleach endings. Or do I want to do something new? I still haven't done 7 Deadly Sins yet. Nobody gives a shit about 7 Deadly Sins. Whatever it is, make sure you sub up because I'm telling you, you never know what might be around the corner, man. Leave a like for me, please. Until next time, sun time.
If it's me, I apologize. I'm just high, so sometimes I'll just emphasize. I'm just shy, so I really need to emphasize. After this performance, check my vitals, make sure that I'm still alive. Cause I give it all.